Hello everyone, welcome to the IT Academy. In today's video, we're continuing with our series on PowerPoint presentation. Supposing you have finished creating your PowerPoint presentation and it is time to make your presentation before an audience. What are the steps you need to take in order to make an impressive presentation? If you want to make a good presentation, there are quite a few options that you may have to take a look at. Now, to make your presentation settings, the first thing you have to do is click on Slideshow, the Slideshow tab. Now, when you click on the Slideshow tab, it's going to show you quite a number of options. We're going to look at the most important of these options. The first is from beginning. You click on this and then your slideshow will start from the beginning. That is from slide 1 down to the end. What if you want your slideshow or your presentation to start from slide 4? You're going to click on slide 4 and then select from current slide. In that case, the presentation is going to start from the 4th slide. This option here is present online. This is when you want to make a presentation over the internet, online. It's going to be the subject of another video. The next one is custom slideshow. Now, supposing you have a number of clients, they all have different needs, and you have created this presentation. But when you want to present it to each of them, you have to probably adjust some of the slides. This is where you come. You go to current or custom slideshow, and then you click custom slideshow, and you click new. Let's say I have a client, which is a bank. I'm going to call it bank. So you are given a name to this presentation. And to this bank, I don't need all the slides. Only these 4 slides. These 3 in between are not relevant to what I'm going to show to them. So I select only what I want them to see. And then I click add. And then I click OK. You see that it has created a presentation for the bank. Let's say I have another client, which is an insurance company. So I click new. For the insurance company, let me name it insurance. And then for them, I'm going to need only these 3 slides. And I click add and then OK. You see that I have customized the slideshow differently for each of them, and I close. So if I want to make a presentation to the bank, I'll simply go to custom slideshow and click bank. And then the presentation designed for the bank will start displaying. And then if I want the one for the insurance company, I do the same thing. Okay. Then also we have hide. If the presentation, this hide is almost like the custom slideshow. Let's say I want to make a presentation and I don't want this particular slide to be part of the presentation. I will simply click on it and then click on hide. You see that it has been dimmed or grayed out. So when the presentation is being made, it's going to be skipped by PowerPoint. So when I want it back, I simply select it and click on hide again. You can as well right click and hide. Then right click and hide again to restore it. Okay. Now let's look at this other option, set up slideshow. To set up your slideshow, you click here and then you're going to make some selections. Let's say you don't want to make any changes. You want to present it with a default settings. Then you don't have to do anything here. You just click OK. But here too, you can select the slides you want. Maybe you select from slide 2 or slide 4 to 6. And then you click OK. It's going to present only those slides as your presentation. But if you want every slide to be presented, you select all. Now, you know that when you make your presentation, in the end, it will stop. It gets to the last slide and it stops. What if you are making this presentation at a kind of an exhibition where a company has a stand and your presentation has to run continuously? It gets to the end, it starts again. You put it in a loop so that it never stops. It starts and stops continuously. In that case, you're going to select browse at a kiosk full screen. This is the option. So when you select this and you click OK and you make your slideshow, it's going to continue and start all over again. It will never stop. So that is what we do when we don't want it to ever stop. Then let's look at another option. This is called speaker notes. Normally, when you're making a speech, you may have notes with you that you refer to so that you don't forget certain facts, so that you know exactly what you're saying. So you can add notes to your PowerPoint presentation. It's at the bottom here. You see, it's usually small, but you can click down here and drag it. This is the space. So I'm going to type something there. This space is for the speaker notes. Okay, so whatever you want to be reminded of, of some facts so that you don't forget, so you have an advantage over whoever is watching the presentation. You type it in here. Next, I'm going to show you how only you can see these notes and your audience will not be able to see. Your audience should see only the presentation while you see the notes. What we're going to use to achieve that is called the presenter view. Now, the presenter view is a very important part of PowerPoint. It's going to help you succeed with your presentation. So let's take a look at the presenter view. Now, the presenter view gives you a great advantage and it puts you completely in charge of your presentation. To start the presenter view, all you have to do is press Alt F5. And this is the presenter view. Okay, this is a view that only you, the presenter, will see. Your audience is going to see only the slides. Your audience will see the part of the slides that I'm highlighting right now. So this is like a back door. It gives you a great advantage. Now, what do we have here at the presenter view? You have here the slide. This is the slide the audience will see. And then on top of it, you see the timer. At least you'll be able to measure how long you've spent presenting your slides. A kind of timer. If you want to reset the timer, you can click on this one, okay? And it starts all over again. And this is the current time. Yeah. Now, at the bottom here is the buttons that you use to advance your slide. So this is the first slide, and I click the right one, and it advances to the second slide. So this is what I'll be clicking in order to advance my slides for my audience to follow my presentation. Okay, so what else do we have? On the left side, you have the annotation pen and the laser pointer tools. When I click on it, I can select the laser pointer and I'll be able to point on the presentation or the slides. My audience will be able to see the pointer. So let's click on it to see what else it's got. It has a pen and you can write with the pen, underline things, circle different kinds of things with the pen. Okay, what else do we have here? This is to select the color of the pen, the color you want the pen to be drawing. And then you can also select a highlighter, which you can use to highlight things that you want to emphasize. Okay. And then you have an eraser. This eraser will erase the pen you have used to draw. It's going to erase all the drawings that you have made. So that is the annotation pen. And then also you have this button here. This will let you see all the slides. Let's say you are here, you want to see some other slides. You click on this button and it shows you all the slides. And let's say you want to jump in the presentation to a different slide. You click on this one, and then all of a sudden your audience will see this particular slide. Now you see that on the left side, we have the main slide. On the right, you have the next slide. So that when you're looking at this slide and you talking about it, you are aware of what is coming next, okay? It gives you a warning. This is the current slide I'm working on, and this is the next one that is coming. And then this magnifying glass or the zoom tool, you click on it and you can zoom into any part of your slide. Okay, when I click on it, it goes back to the normal scale. And then you look at the right side here. These are the speaker notes. How do we add the speaker notes? I think I showed you earlier. To add the speaker notes, you simply be at the slide and then you type here. This is the speaker notes. Let's go back to the presenter view. So the speaker notes, this is where you type in things that you want to remember so that when you're making your presentation, you do not forget certain facts. So they are kind of reminders, like you've given a speech and you have a notes in your hand. So that is what it does. And then you can click here to reduce the size of the notes or increase it. You can also drag the pane and make it, resize it, make it quite big if you want to. There is one other thing here. Let's say you were presenting your slide. You click on the advanced button and you keep seeing the different slides come and go. Supposing you want to get your audience attention, you can click on this button here. This will blacken the screen. The screen goes blank, and then you have your audience attention. Maybe you want to say something without them looking at the screen. So when you finish that, you can click on it again, and then the slides are visible one more time. So that is what we do. I mean, you have worked so hard creating your presentation, and this is what you do when you want to finally present it before an audience. And it's advisable that you use the presenter view so that you have an advantage. I hope this video was helpful to you. Please like and share with friends and family. If you have any questions or suggestions, leave them in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you and bye for now.